Keller, J. Sergeant First Class, serial number 7178412. Iran, Guatemala, Colombia, Croatia. Very impressive.
I know what you're trying to do, sir. It ain't gonna work.
No, Sergeant Keller, you don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm here to clean up this mess. If you cooperate.
Okay, and we should be back in terms of audio now.
If I walk out that
tech support. You gotta love it.
You will be discharged. You will.
Alright, so we're back.
Life in prison. Very well, Sergeant. Have it your way.
Okay, so what I was saying is today we're taking a look at Black. The story bits here aren't going to really explain much of anything. You have to watch the entire game to really get a grip on what's going on. But this is Black on the PlayStation 2, being played on PCSX 2. It also came out on the Xbox. This has been done by Criterion Games and published by EA back when EA was still evil, but at least put out halfway adequate games. So this game's more than halfway adequate. This game's probably most well known for its gun models, but the review I've done of this, that's going to go up at the end of this month, is going to talk about how it's got really good graphics for the rest of the game, and a pretty good story. I'll get into that in a moment. And hello, everyone. And not too much is new, Emperor Snake. It's just, you know, another day. Let's see. And I'm just doing pretty good, I guess. It's been kind of a depressing week, just because, well, I had the funeral for my grandfather last weekend, so, you know, the post-funeral sadness, but I'm making it. And I gotta tell you, like, the plot for this is remarkably good. It doesn't look like it. It is talking about some random generic military Black Ops-y kind of stuff, but when you put it all together, it's a pretty decent plot. You know, the guns really did steal the show, but, like, the rest of the game looks remarkably good. Like, I was very surprised. When I decided to do a video on this game, I had remembered the guns, and I remembered not liking it. But when I finally just sat down and played the game, I was really impressed. Like, streams keep disappearing. Ugh. Well, that's fun. Tech support, right? Okay, so the FOV is not very good. It's like, it's really zoomed in, but hey, this is the PlayStation 2. So already, we got something pretty neat. The shotguns can be used to blow open doors. You, of course, since this is from the good days, also we got the silver weapons because I've already played the entire game. Since this is from the good days, you gotta try to remember the controls because this is PlayStation 2 controls. And recently I've been playing X-Men Legends, so I gotta try to remember how to play this thing. So yeah, here's the guns. This is the silver weapons, because I didn't bother collecting all the intelligence. So it's a little different from other first-person shooters of the day. It's very good to crouch behind, like, everything, and not just run and gun, because if you run and gun, you'll get blasted pretty quick. But look at those gun models. This is PlayStation 2. And yeah, PCSX 2 is helping out a little bit, but this still looks really good. I think I'm actually shooting my own people in the back. No, I'm not. Okay, so everything in this game kind of explodes, because, once again, this is from the good days, where it's not all scripted bullshit. I mean, scripting used to be cool. It would enhance the gameplay, but now it's all just walk to this. Watch somebody rattle on about crap you don't care about that. So, the plot doesn't even really start until, like, the third mission. Once you get to that point, they're going to tell you gotta find a guy named Linux. Oh dear. I mean, we don't want to take down Bill Gates now, do we? But you gotta find Linux, and that's about it. You're basically fighting a terrorist group. That was very popular back then. Oh yeah, those RPG guys hurt like you would not believe. They're pretty rough. There's our first piece of intelligence. And right now they look pretty normal, right? But as you go through the game, you'll eventually... Oh yeah, the Uzi. Oh my god, this Uzi is just disgusting. Okay, this is not what an Uzi looks like, for one. It's got Picatinny rail all over it, or 1913 rail, and it's completely inaccurate. I mean, look at that. Well, I should at least be able to hit something with that. I'm like 2 feet away. The AK at least is a good rifle, like it is in real life. Now, the AK's not quite right. Like that rear sight isn't right. There's no why there's some sort of weird rail up there. I have no idea. And like with most games from this time period, everything's mirrored. The ejection port for an AK is on the right-hand side, not the left-hand side. But I get why they do it, because it looks cool, man. And yeah, this is a very, very much an underrated game. I mean, look how good this looks for PlayStation 2. Like, remember how bad Elite Force 1 looked on PlayStation? Elite Force 1 looked like shit on PS2. And, you know, now we got this game. This doesn't look as good as, say, an Xbox game, but considering how weak the PlayStation 2 was compared to a lot of the other consoles, I'm surprised it does this well. And once again, you know, the emulator's helping a little, but it's not doing too much. But I mean, look at how quick we got into gameplay. I always like to point this out. Look how quick. And now we're actually fighting enemies that are of a decent challenge. Actually, we did get a spiritual successor to this game. It's called, oh dear, Body Count. That has a different connotation today, that's for sure. Operation Extraordinary Rendition. Oh my. But yeah, there's a spiritual successor called Body Count, made by the same developers for the Xbox and PS3. The 360 and PS3, I should say. I have no idea if it's good or not. I have not bought it yet. I do want to review it at some point. Yeah, we got grenades. This guy has like a really weak throwing arm, though. Yeah, the gameplay is a little stiff. Yeah, like you're not going to be running and gunning in this game. Now, another thing nobody talks about, they talk about the guns, but they don't talk about... I completely fucked up that grenade toss. They don't talk about the destructible environments. There are legitimately destructible environments in this game, which you just don't see much in this space future of ours, because everything is so curated. I mean, look at that. Look how good that looked. They blew open that wall, and it looked awesome. And the game didn't stop, zoom in on it, and go like, look at the explosion, man. It just happened. So yeah, you can pick up health kits just like in Fear. I think this game got a little bit of inspiration from Fear, since Fear would have come out a year before. Let's go ahead and save, because sometimes you'll get stuck on walls, and sometimes the camera goes nuts. Login details to the NSA Echelon system. And Professor Janik's black box. Oh my, I wonder what kind of hint. I mean, never mind. Let's see. I wouldn't call it an interactive action movie, just because when you talk about that, it's like, is it like Battlefield 3 where like there's no gameplay? God, Battlefield 3 was really a disappointing game, because I thought it was going to be like Battlefield 1942, and it most assuredly was not that. And look how far away that enemy is. It's not just enemies 2 inches away. Yeah, like I said, those guys are... Look at that explosion! Look how good that looks! It's like, this is a real game. This is not just PS2 crap. Okay, but here's the problem. Now we're stuck on the level geometry, so we gotta start all that again. I'm not sure if that's the emulator or if it's the game. I've not played the actual physical game in, like, over 12 years now. I have it. Got it for like $12 from like a half-price books. But why play it on the original hardware when you can have, you know, 2K? Okay, let's blast him. These guys are going to get worse as we go through the game. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and save again. This game came out in 06, so there might have been a little bit of cross-pollination. Might have been a little cross-pollination from both of those. This is very much like a Medal of Honor game. It's like, notice we've got like a couple guys that follow us, but they're not really a squad like what you would get in Call of Duty. This even has the same composer as the Medal of Honor games, Michael Giacchino, or however the hell you pronounce his name. Who's kind of made a even bigger name for himself these days. He did the Batman, the Batman soundtrack, and it was really damn good too. He also did the OST to that shitty Abrams Trek Man, how little we knew in 2009 how bad J.J. Abrams would screw up Star Trek. Because it's thanks to him and Alex Kurtzman that it's gone. But this is really an interesting game in that this came out in 2006, a year before COD 4, would basically upend everything. And you consider what you get to do in this game versus the versus what you'd get just a year later, and it's really quite amazing just how gaming changed, like almost overnight. Because the way this game structures its levels is you've got big open-ended levels, but they're very linear, which is exactly like Medal of Honor. I did blow that up? So since this is also a very old game, you know, like you'll have jokes in the game. Like the Aurora spacecraft is sort of a reference to a conspiracy theory that the US military had, like the Aurora, which was like the SR-71 Blackbird on steroids. I'm not gonna say that the cast was bad for Trek 2009. Ah, crap, I'm stuck on a wall again. Now, as you go through the game, you'll get stuck on walls a little less, but this level really likes to stick you on that wall. I'm not sure why. Load up, load up! Oh, I just love the explosions in this game, and they get better and better as you play through it. Now, one thing I'm not going to mention in the review, just because it's kind of cut it for time, is whenever you reload, the dude you're playing as, Sergeant Heller, he loves looking at the guns, and like everything just gets grayed out. It's hilarious. But they did the Emperor's work here with these gun models, though. They're beautiful. Come on, get him! There we go. Yeah, it'd be nice if we'd gotten a good Star Trek movie with that cast that actually had proper writing and wasn't in some sort of, it's an alternate reality. It's sort of the ultimate Star Trek universe, which means, actually, no, I take that back. The Ultimate Universe in Marvel was actually pretty well written, comparatively. And yeah, this is definitely a gun porn kind of game. I mean, it does look really good. The detailed blueprints of the New York subway system. Ugh, I don't know if blowing that up would actually make it look better. I mean, actually, I think that if somebody attacked the New York subway system, they'd find that it's more dangerous without them. Yeah, this is true. Modern day games are all about, I did not want to, no, I don't want to save the profile. I've got save states for that. Okay, let's go all the way back down to, okay, the border crossing is not a bad level, but let's actually skip to this one. Because, like, the first two levels of this game are kind of boring, but the rest of the game is really good.
How did you know McCarver had information on the...
I still don't know why there hasn't been, like, a Warhammer 40k first-person shooter in this kind of style. Because I think 40k adapted to something like this would be really fun, like where you play as either an Inquisitor or an Inquisitor agent or something like that.
Freelance guerrilla group in the Philippines with American advisor. You know, stories like that.
And you believe them?
Not at first.
And sadly, oh, you can skip them. Okay. When you first play the game, you can't skip these cutscenes. In fact, there's an unskippable credits cutscene at the very beginning of the game, and it really is kind of annoying. It's like if you just want to jump into the game to see if it works or see what it looks like, you gotta wait for like 2 minutes. Ugh, that poor Uzi. And that says it's 45. Most Uzis were in 9mm, although there were 45 caliber Uzis, but they were very rare. And they were much more accurate than this bullet hose we got here. Okay, this is where we're gonna get our first sniper segment. It's kind of lame, but this is a really cool segment here where you do legitimately have to try to avoid this sniper because he will kill you. This kind of reminds me of a level from Medal of Honor Allied Assault, which is based a little bit on Saving Private Ryan. Saving Ryan's privates, oh my! And yes, that actually is a porn parody.
Contact! Target 100, building to your front, 2 o'clock.
100 what? Meters or feet? Or yards? It's one of the few times the enemies are actually really that accurate. I've heard of the Yakuza series, but never looked like it was something that I would be that interested in. Now you can get suppressors in this game, but I'm not really sure why you'd bother using them, because you shoot one guy and they all kind of know that you're there. That poor Uzi. Ugh, it's just disgusting. What'd they do to my boy? Always wanted an Uzi, but those things are ridiculously expensive. And it still is just a 9mm carbine. I do like how the terrorists do have a good variety of weapons. Although this one right here is a bit silly. Okay, so we got a Walther 2000. Now, for those who don't know, they made like 80 of these in like 1972. I don't think some random terrorist organization is going to get like 5 of the 200 that were made.
Take out the headstones, Keller.
Isn't knocking off a gravestone's bad luck? I heard good. There he is. Now, this is in 300 Win Mag, so it should have a little more recoil than that. Also, they didn't look quite like this, but whatever. I'm glad they at least knew what a Walther 2000 looked like. Yeah, you keep running, asshole. You'll just die tired. One thing that is kind of both good and bad is like the auto aim isn't that pervasive. You don't really need it too much. Come on, get him. To play this on the PC, all you gotta do is just download PCSX2. The ROMs are pretty easy to find, like literally, you just Google the ROM and you'll find it. Be careful though, don't get like a virus. It's very easy to see if something's legit or not. I'm just saying. But yeah, just PCSX2 and it works really well. You don't really have to adjust any of the settings. Works right out of the box. And allows you to have very good anti-aliasing. Now, another complaint about this game was it didn't have a multiplayer, but to me it's always seemed kind of silly to have multiplayer on everything. I mean, how many people were dying for a black multiplayer? I mean, seriously. At this point in time, people would still be playing Counter-Strike, Halo 2, Unreal Tournament. If they wasted time trying to come up with a multiplayer for this, it would have made the whole experience that much worse. For me, multiplayer is just kind of a waste in any game that isn't named Counter-Strike, because Counter-Strike is super cheap or free, I think. And people are just going to go to that. Let's see here, I think it'd be most of roller coaster games can be. I like how he just completely ignores me. Oh, this is one of those enemies. So yeah, one of the heavy enemies will run around with a shotgun and a bulletproof vest on. These guys really take a lot of hits to take down. Okay, I'm gonna actually go ahead and drop this extremely valuable rifle for a shotgun. So yeah, the Spaz 12. People love those Spaz 12s. I mean, they're not bad shotguns. Almost called it a rifle. But they're not really worth the price you'd have to pay to get one. And they have had some parts breakage issues over the years. Crap. So if you shoot the gravestones, you get good luck, right? Now, as we go through this game, the levels get more and more impressive. I think we'll just skip around in this stream. There you are, you little bastard. Wait, did we hit like the bell? The bell! Okay, I'm getting blasted here. I actually get to some degree of cover. And yeah, this would have been nice co-op, and there were a number of first-person shooters that had that back then. Let me check the chat here. Time Splitters 1. Failed to emulate. Huh. Weird. Yakuza game, I'm holding off. Next minute, you're fighting a giant Roomba. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of the Yakuza series, I generally prefer sci-fi and fantasy versus a crime drama. Now, like, if they were in space and fighting aliens, okay, then you might sell me. Oh yeah, so like each mission you have to complete a couple of secondary objectives, which is mainly just finding random crap. And the random crap will actually be kind of neat. It's like, I think eventually you find a phase plasma pulse rifle in the 40 watt range. Benelli, even better, Benelli M4 knockoff. Yeah, those Turkish, the Turk Nellies are pretty cheap. Get them for like $400 or $500. And they're supposed to have pretty good build quality. I just find it hard to really get enthused about shotguns, because I've had a pretty good pump gun for the last 15 years. God, I'm getting old. Okay, we want to run up here and jump in here real quick. It's going to be a sniper rifle in here, I think. Technically a designated marksman's rifle. And we just want to get some cover anyway. Now, this is not how you're supposed to be playing the game. What you're supposed to do is sneak in here without getting hit, but whatever. We're streaming. I like how he just kind of slowly saunters in here. Aren't we all running low on ammo? Have you priced 10 mil lately? Yeah, I generally prefer monsters as well, but sometimes you want enemies that shoot back with guns. That's one of the reasons why I love the Brutal Wolfenstein. Although Brutal Wolfenstein has the issue of being way too hard. Like, they don't give you enough health, and the enemies do so much damage in that mod. Whereas this, you know, the difficulty balance is pretty nice. They can shoot you, but they don't hurt that bad. Okay, let's go ahead and save real quick. I also find it funny that we're now fighting Russians in this game, and that was kind of pre-innocent, I guess. Don't really lose much in the... yeah, well, you gotta remember, a console shooter is gonna be slower than a, mouse and keyboard shooter just because of the nature of controllers. One of the things that was kind of remarkable about COD 4 was that it was pretty fast for a console shooter, but that game was also way more locked down than what you normally get. 20-year high school reunion. Oh my god! Yeah, that's coming up for me one day. Because it's 2024. 2027 is not that far away. I mean, we're technically in the sci-fi space future, which I guess to a certain extent we kind of are. Recently read a article that there's some private school that wants to use AI teachers. Now, I'm not sure how good or how bad of an idea that is. On the one hand, there's a lot of bad teachers out there. On the other hand, if you get instant feedback, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like if you're a kid and don't understand something, and the AI can explain it to you, that's not a bad idea, but that also goes to show you that we're probably running out of teachers. Just because there's not really any competency anymore when it comes to that. And I don't know, maybe an AI would teach a kid better than an actual human being, which is kind of scary. Especially since we now live in a world where grades are considered fascist or some shit like that. But Halo became... Yeah, Halo was one of those things that, that was not a run and gun sort of thing. Because, like, when you're fighting those elites, you kind of gotta, you know, really be a bit more strategic. Because those elites hurt. Halo was the very second FPS I played on the original Xbox. No, it was the very second game in general, not the second FPS. I like how she says ceasefire and we immediately get attacked 5 seconds later. Go to my high school reunion in Corpus. Man, 28. Oh yeah, this is the first machine gun. Yeah, they got a saw there. Those guys also hurt, especially when they have more range on you. That's where you really need that Walther. The Walther. It's like a... That rifle's probably almost as much as a house. But considering there's like 80 of them and they're super popular because of video games, yeah, I'm not surprised. It's the same time. I don't know when Killzone came out. It might have been released at the same time, but I gotta tell you, this game's better than Killzone. Like, a lot better than Killzone. Because from what I remember, Killzone looked like crap, I think. It didn't play that well either. But it's been many years since I played Killzone, so I could be wrong. Okay, so our guy, Heller here, or Keller, I forget what his name is. Uh-oh, he can't go back up there because, he's got bad knees. He's got very, very bad knees. He just can't go up that slight incline. 2004? Okay, this game came out 2 years later. I've heard that Killzone 2 and 3 were really good, but since I'm not a PlayStation gamer, I couldn't tell you one way or the other. I never was a big PlayStation guy. Yeah, I did have the PS2 for a few years after the Xbox failed me for the last time. And I went to PlayStation, but once I got the 360 and PC, I never really looked back. Because I preferred Halo to pretty much anything that was on the PlayStation 2. Along with, you know, Mass Effect and all the rest. Okay, let's go ahead and... Oh, we already got the rifle. Now, this is a pretty hard part because there's going to be a bunch of RPG guys, machine gunners. It's beautiful. Oh god, Highlander 2 was set in 2024? Let's see. The main character of the Yakuza games didn't really start living his life until his 40s. Yeah. I mean, I could see that happening these days. That's one thing where, I guess we ought to be happy about, modern day medicine. Because you can have crap happen where you have to restart. I mean, I did that myself in my 30s. It's just one of them things that happens. Anyway, let's say a few more years, I'll probably make a replica Walther 2000. That would be awesome. Ah, Palmetto State Armory. Now, see, sometimes these guys don't want to die. Like, you'll just shoot them and they'll just, like, twitch a little. Ah, crap, I'm so hurt. I could try to get cover, but in the time it would take me to do that, he'd be able to get out. Oh, crap, I'm dead. Yep, I'm dead. Nope. I miraculously did not die there. Because even if you get cover, he actually will do scratch damage against you, and that adds up fast. Let's go ahead and save. Enormous input lag. Damn. And PCSX 3 has not really matured enough to where a lot of those games are playable yet. Or RPS 3. You can play some games on there. Like, Resistance Fall of Man, but it's still not quite there yet. It's a really big processor hog, and that's really one of the bottlenecks for my PC build. So I'm still rocking a processor from 2019. Just haven't really had a reason to replace it yet. Because it still runs most things I want to run. I even emulated Breath of the Wild. Unfortunately, I got so bored with that game, I didn't even bother finishing it. Because I also wasn't a Zelda fan. Never really cared for, Link. Blast him. Okay, so when you get really hurt, the screen flashes. Hope nobody has, epilepsy, because you'll be screwed. Oh, come on, you bastard. Got him. Hope no one has epilepsy when that happens. I mean, that was not a bad idea, but yeesh. I get that I'm hurt. You don't have to give me a fucking seizure about it. Okay, now where is that bastard? There he is. I see him. Oh, I'm gonna get hurt. No, no, I'm still alive. Still alive. I'm still standing. Okay, come on, we gotta get him. Oh, he's just gonna keep... There we go. Oh, come on, I shot you in the face! Come on! Asshole. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Just look at that destructibility. And that's not scripted, that just happened. The previous game ends with the quote, once you hit rock bottom, the only way forward is up. Yeah, I can see that. It'll be a bit... I don't know if we're ever going to really get Xbox 360 emulation either. I mean, some games do... Oh, crap. Okay, I'm just going to reload the save, because I don't want to have to try to navigate while my guy just keeps closing his eyes. Yeah, Xbox 360 emulation is something I'm kind of interested in, just because there are a couple Xbox games I'd like to actually not have to rely upon the machine, the actual Xbox 360 machine to emulate, because eventually those consoles are going to start breaking down. One of the sad aspects of modern gaming is just the death of physical media. And the whole non-physical media thing went pretty much in the way that I figured it would. And that is, once it got to the point where you didn't have to have physical media at all anymore, then the publishers are going to have complete control over gaming. So they want people to stop playing, say, Assassin's Creed 2. Well, guess what? Now you can't get it anymore. At least you can't get the DLCs. But you can get the most current one. You know, Steam loses the license. Well, guess what? You're not going to be able to buy the good version of Duke Nukem anymore. And that's why emulation and software preservation, there we go, we can call it software preservation, is so important, because it's, in many cases, the only way you can get certain games, like Turok. The PC version of Turok, if you don't get a preserved copy of that, you're screwed. You can either get it on a console or not at all. And once those consoles break down, well, then who's going to play the game anymore? 360 was... I got Fallout New Vegas and Quake 4 on PC. Yeah, I got that red ring myself. Now, what's kind of interesting, though, is the re-release of the 360 actually did pretty good in terms of build quality. Knock on all the wood. Because I'd really hate for this 360 I have now to die, because it's my R2-D2 one. And I love that little thing. And yeah, once the servers go down for multiplayer stuff, yeah, you're screwed. Hey, no, it's not piracy, it's preservation. See, it starts with a P, but it's a completely different word. It's the good kind of P. Wait, no, never mind. Let's see, where was I? Oh, yeah. But you'll own nothing and be happy is kind of a problem when it comes to gaming, because not everyone's going to want to preserve software, and so they might miss out on some of the good stuff. Like finding a dossier relating to set tech astronomy, whatever the hell that means. Oh yeah, the magazine sizes on these guns are all wrong too. Case in point, the AK-47 does not have a 60-round magazine. It's usually a 30. You can get a 60-round mag, but they're not exactly what one would call reliable. It's one of those things where if you get a good one, it'll work. Yeah, but getting a good one, not so easy. Oh yeah, you gotta shoot that. Documents explaining cell phone mechaning, eh? It's like, no, it's articles relating to Operation Tick-Tock. There's actually a book by Stephen King called Cell, where, like, anyone using a cell phone turns into a ravenous zombie, which I guess is kind of a neat concept, but I don't think brain chemistry can be modified that easily, Mr. King. Okay, let's save again. And yeah, I'm running this on the PCSX2. Yeah, Abandonware. I really like that website because that's where I found Comanche Gold. I'm going to review that at some point. The Comanche was a helicopter. It's supposed to be a stealth helicopter, kind of like the F-22. That ultimately got canceled in real life, but it had a bunch of flight sims made for it, and I played Comanche Gold as a kid, and I'm gonna review that once I get a flight joystick. Get the old Thrustmaster out. Oh dear. No retro gaming at all. Video games as a service is fraud. Yeah. Oh yeah, Ross Scott. I forgot all about that guy. But yeah, games as a service is something I refuse to ever engage in. It's like, if I'm gonna play a game, I just want to buy it and be done with it. I don't want to have to pay a monthly fee. Unless it's like an MMO, and then I guess that makes a certain degree of sense. But these days, it's less justifiable because you don't have to pay a monthly fee for something like Elder Scrolls Online. Got that for like $5 on the last Steam sale. And played it for a grand total of 5 minutes. Aerial photographs of downtown Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Movies as a service. Oh man, that almost became a thing. There was this thing called DivX. Now it's not the codec, but instead it was like a DVD that once you put it in the machine, it would start to degrade, and after like 3 days, it wouldn't work anymore. As you'd expect, Disney wanted it, but they didn't get it. Wait a minute. What the hell? I don't get it. Oh, there it is. Okay, and we're back. OBS disconnected, apparently. Games MP5 had the same firing sounds from Die Hard. Awesome. Yeah, streaming services aren't really my thing either. That's where preservation is a good idea as well. Especially when people make their own individual cuts of films that are better than the ones that you actually can get. Not that I would know of such things myself. I've just knew about it for science. That's what it is. Okay, so we killed everybody. Now the question is, do I still remember where to go? I really like the fact that we're not really funneled anywhere in this game. I mean, when it comes to Star Wars, though, the specialized editions really are the best, with the second best being the Adawan cuts. I'm really fond of the Episode 4 Adawan cut, just because it had so much cool detail into it, like some TIE fighters show up. I did not mind the Duel of Fates theme playing during the Obi-Wan versus Vader scene. I liked that song, but apparently people got pissed off by that. It's like, really? That's one of the few good things the prequels actually gave us. One of the few good things. That and Clone Troopers, and it gave Tamara Morrison a bigger career, and he's a really good actor that Disney really squandered. See, if I wasn't paying attention to the chat and talking about random New Zealand actors, I would know where I'm going. Okay, this is not really that hard, if you're not trying to stream, that is. For science, yep. And you cannot jump in this game. You cannot. It's very much, our dude, I think, must have, like, some really, bad knee issues. Because he can't jump. He can crouch, but he can't jump. Okay, so... why do I not know where to go? I played this solo. I knew exactly where to go. The best part about having beat the game, if I can't figure out where to go, all I gotta do is just load up another level. Okay, where the hell are we supposed to go here? Maybe it's in the tunnels? This was a little hard to navigate. A little. Okay, so we know this is the start point here because we've got our insurmountable 2-foot-tall wall there. Read the book. I have not read the book. I always find it funny that a lot of the books that will later become the classic 80s movies were much more depressing. Like Rambo the book, Rambo dies at the end, and Rambo's much more of an asshole. And apparently Rocky was originally supposed to be an asshole too. And then while Stallone was writing the script, he actually turned him into a character people would like. Now that would be an interesting universe to see, where like Rambo and Rocky are both complete assholes and not heroic at all. Let's see. Sometimes you can shoot the wall, but I know that's what you're supposed to do here. I think we gotta go back to one of the buildings and go to the roof, maybe? This is how you know this is not a horribly scripted game, because the game isn't telling you, go here, go there. You can just find it at your own pace. Let's see, is it up here? No, it's not. I think it must be in this building here. Let's go ahead and save in case we get stuck on some level architecture. I have not played the Warriors, but I am aware of it. Now, we may have to shoot that to blow open the wall. Nope, that wasn't that. Thought it might have been. Okay, well, let's go ahead. Yeah, because First Blood is way different from the movie. And I imagine Die Hard is way different as well. Okay, here we go. Oh, he's just waiting there. It's like, come on, when will this asshole ever figure out where to go? Alright. And you can beat people up in this game, but it's really not that useful. If you try to go around smacking people in the face with a rifle butt, you'll get shot pretty fast. Joy Toy. You know, these cheap Chinese names are really bad. They really need to ask somebody what this stuff sounds like in English. Okay, I've seen those Joy Toy 40K figures, but Joy Toy, does that not sound like a vibrator manufacturer? Come on, does that not sound like they should be selling vibrators, not fucking Warhammer 40, the Warhammer 40K dildo? You know, it sounds like that's what that should be. But yeah, it's the same way with a Lego I bought called, what was that thing called? Yeah, Fun Hole. It's like, that could not be more yeah, you get a Joy Toy for the Fun Hole, huh? It's like, that could not be more suggestive. I guess in Chinese that doesn't sound as suggestive as it does in English. Yeah, these guys take a lot more damage than usual, you know, FPS enemies. Like, you gotta shoot them a couple times. Now, if you got a really good, if you're really good at aiming in console FPSs, you can shoot them in the head once. And that'll take them down. But I do love how they've got a lot of really good weight to them. Okay, let's heal. I think that's a thing. Yep. Files marked Intelligence Support Activity 1981. And photographs of global thermonuclear war. You mean next year? You get the original Frakes novelization of Terminator. I have that, and it's really good. Brute Force back in the days. I've got Brute Force, but have not played it in many years. Sequel to a Frank Sinatra film. Damn. Selection of what? Oh my, yeah, Vince McMahon apparently is being canceled. It's always kind of hard to tell if anybody's telling the truth about that, though. I mean, when it comes to anybody who is rich and powerful, they always can be a bit, well, shady. Yeah, I've always considered getting some Warhammer 40K collectibles. I've got so much crap these days. I don't want anything more that I'd have to move. Alright, let's go ahead. Now, I'd like to know why they can't make a 40K game like this, though. I mean, seriously, can you imagine, like, you're an Imperial Guardsman, you got a laser rifle, you're shooting, like, Tau or Chaos Cultists. Imagine if, like, that dude right there, imagine if that was an 8-foot-tall Space Marine, how cool that would be. It's just not fair. Unless you're getting a Primarch, they're really not that big. Huh. If I was gonna get a Primarch, though, I would probably get the Lion. Lord of the Forest! Run, Forest! No, wait. Okay, there he is. Eat rocket, bastard! Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at those explosions. I want to know why a game from 2006 is better than most modern games. Just saying. Imagine if this was like in the Unreal Tournament 4 engine. And they could do it, but, well, that might take effort. Or merit. So apparently people are pissed off about the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game. I had absolutely no interest in playing it because I don't like the Suicide Squad, so I don't really care, but apparently they really did Batman dirty in that. I think Batman just gets shot or something. And that was also Kevin Conroy's last time being Batman. Once again, not surprised. I mean, this is the current year. And so, of course, they've got to have Batman look bad in some way. And I really hate the Suicide Squad. I mean, I enjoyed the recent Suicide Squad movie well enough, but I never liked Harley Quinn. I know people who have her as a waifu, but I always found Harley Quinn to be really, really, really annoying. Never liked that character. Like, at all. Tried to make one in 2003. Gorilla Man. Emperor Sword. In part 3 of... Oh yeah, the Crisis on Infinite Earths animated film. I completely forgot about that. I need to watch that at some point. The last of those DC animated films I watched was, oh, what was it? The Doom That Came to Gotham. That was a terrible one. One of my friends wanted me to watch it because it was so terrible. They wanted to share the pain, and yeah, it was pretty painful. The Doom That Came to Gotham is terrible primarily because it takes it forever to get started, and it's just not really a compelling movie. It just... The pace is way too fast for what it is, but it's also too slow for what it is. It was really probably the worst of those I've ever seen. And usually DC can do pretty well with those. Oh no, I'm stuck down here. It's like I know where to go, but... Like Joker and Harley Quinn. What? Well, actually, I'm not surprised. Joker and Harley, like, oh, it's so cute. Now, how is that cute? Would you really want to... these people, man. These people. They get all their relationship advice from TikTok. Apparently, TikTok in China itself is supposed to be pretty good, but everywhere else it's completely insane people. Insane people and inane people. I don't know which is worse. Okay, here we go. If I could jump, that would have taken a lot less time. The only problem with a game like this is when you complete it, it's like you want to play something just like this, and finding something that's just like this is really difficult. Because this nails so many of the great first-person shooter aspects. And look at the animation of them jumping down there. That is really good for 06. That's really good for now. And in a moment, we get to blow something up. It's one guy. There's another guy, and we shot him in the back. He doesn't have a spine anymore. Okay, this is probably not the best place to be, but who wants to be realistic? Raylo. Oh my god, fucking Raylo. I barely consider that a thing. Apparently in the book, it's like, that was a friendly kiss. I don't know, if that's, yeah. Boom! Look at that. Let me put it this way. If you greet a girl with a full-on mouth kiss, you're probably gonna go to jail. Just saying. Unless it's like your girlfriend or something, but... You know, if you just walk up to some random chick on the street and you kiss her full on the mouth, yeah, you're probably gonna get in trouble. Just saying. No matter what, oh man, I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt that no one wants to kiss me on the mouth. Well, nobody I'd want to kiss. But anyway. Let's see. Joker and Harley. Oh my god. That's gotta be fun. Probably knew the local police on a first name basis. Okay, so when we get up here, we get to do a really cool explosion. Explosion! I think it might be this level. I see you, you little bastard. You think you're gonna blow me up with that rocket, huh? Yeah, you better run. He exchanged his rocket for a Kalashnikov, and that was not a good idea. Okay, let's save real quick. Ugh, fucking Disney. I actually watched a video on Disneyland just today, or Disney World, and I can't imagine how much it costs, but they were just showing the food. You get like tiny little portions that look like something from a sci-fi movie from the 50s that did not look very good. Alright, let's drop that, boom! I missed all the exploding barrels. Look at the explodions! Remember, 2006 PlayStation 2. Oh crap. Chuck grenade! Stack of hand grenades! Okay, I've got like 3 health. This was not a good idea. But there's a health pack there. Run, grab it! Okay, I think we're almost done with this level. Yep, there we go. They both had a drinking problem. Oh god. Oh man. Put it this way, anytime there's like a toxic relationship and alcohol is involved, damn. Thankfully I've been able to avoid that for the last 35 odd years. Okay, where should we go next? Okay, there's a border crossing, a foundry. Foundry's not bad. Yeah, let's go to the foundry. Let's actually go in order here. There's a lot of good levels in this game.
Rumor has it that Division ran a Black Ops group.
Airsoft group. Ugh.
Linux was one of them. No ties, no strings.
You expect me to believe we had a terror cell working for us?
Well, most of the DC animated movies were of good quality, but I'm not surprised they're starting to get bad just because all the good writers are aging out or being forced out.
Special in the Philippines.
In school with a few of the bail bondsmen.
Terrorism.
Oh dear.
All the cards. Started making small deviations here, little switches there.
Okay, so I'll give you the gist of the plot. You are a guy named oh man, I forgot his name now. Maddox. Maddox, I think. I've got it right in the review. Basically, you're a Black Ops soldier, and that's where the name of the game comes from. The game is called Black. You remember the Black Ops, you know. Sergeant Heller, that's his name. So you're playing as Sergeant Heller. You're supposed to track down the 7th Wave, which are a bunch of terrorists. And as you go through the game, you find out you're trying to take down Linux, who's the leader of the 7th Wave, and they want to do all the terrorism things. And that's pretty much what it is. This is just your typical kind of conspiracy theorist sort of thing, and it works pretty well. I'm not going to complain too much about it. And I like the full motion video. It's probably the only time full motion video actually works. And, you know, full motion video is usually terrible, unless it's used for, like, just cinemas like this, or, like, on monitors, which AVP1 did. Yeah, the HK G36. You can get those in real life now. Manufactured by Tommy Built. But they're like $3,000, so unless you really want one, they're pretty expensive. For me, I never really cared, because it's just a standard 5.56 rifle, you know? It's like, eh. I got me an AR, and it's all going to do pretty much the same stuff. This is where they start to introduce landmines. I suppose I should have paid attention to where that guy was, but I didn't. The one kind of annoying thing is whenever you start a new level, you don't have your health packs from the previous level, which makes starting a little hard, especially if you just kind of like start shooting at random crap like I did. This also has a unrealistically large magazine size. It's unrealistically large. They're only like 5 or 6 inches long. Yeah, because like an actual G36 does not have a 70 round magazine. I don't think you can even get drums for a G36. And if you ever look at like the size of an AR-15 drum, like a 100 round drum, those things are huge. Oh my. Now what's kind of interesting is like the recoil does make a difference, and so you kind of have to really hold the rifle on target. I never had to do that in another FPS. Just one more thing about this game that I really like. Ooh, we got a headshot. Show 24. Yeah, I never watched 24. I never was a big, you know, modern conspiracy kind of guy. Once again, it's all about science fiction and fantasy, mainly sci-fi. Now, like, if Jack Bauer was fighting aliens or robots, I could go for that. I could go for that. That's why I love Stargate from this era. Although I find myself enjoying the fanfics based on different things more than I do the actual shows themselves. Now, we know why this guy can take all these hits. He's got that tracksuit. You know, that gives you, like, plus 200 to defense. Oh, God, please tell me he had a health pack. I don't even have... I'm not even sensitive to flashing lights. That was bothering even me. Because, like, Battlestar Galactica is an example of a show that was very popular until, like, the second season, because they came up with some really stupid ideas, but all the fanfics are so much better than the show. Like, all of them are. I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them are. I've read one recently that was really good. Like, they had some engineering ships. Like, when they talk about engineering, I'm just like, they're actually going to use logic to build more ships. I'm stuck on a wall. Nope. No, I'm not stuck on a wall. They're going to use logic? What is this? They're not going to crash their ships into a sun and lose the ability to use writing and agriculture. Soldier of Fortune or live streamed it. I actually have a review of Soldier of Fortune 1, and I even did a multi-part Let's Play back in 2012 of Soldier of Fortune. That is a damn fine game. Haven't played it in years, though. I might have to stream that again. SL8, just because they had them. Those SL8s are like $1,000, and you can only use like a 10-round single stack for whatever reason. I don't know where you'd get a single stack AR mag. Let's see. Stargate turns 30. Oh my god! Ugh. Where does the time go, right? Yeah, poor Battlestar Galactica, though. I mean, like, it was shit in both of its incarnations. I'm gonna say it! I'd love to like Battlestar, but man, Battlestar Galactica 1, terrible. The reimagined one in 2003, also terrible. It's just kind of a waste of... It's a waste of a concept. You got these 12 colonies, each with their own individual culture, and then you just kill them off in the first 5 minutes? You can make a whole show based on that alone. In fact, they did, called Caprica. And then they canceled that in less than 1 season. Because of course the Sci-Fi Channel would do that. And then now, you know, like, classic sci-fi is kind of gone. It's all like, we're never gonna leave the solar system, man. That's it. The speed of light is impossible to go faster than. And so, sure, people. Multiple hostiles inbound. Inbound to the grave. How did I die? Oh, I wonder if I stepped on a landmine.
Hostiles inbound.
But I just went up there and died. I don't think he had like a heart attack or something. Is there a landmine here? Yeah, something happened. I don't know, maybe he did have a heart attack. You know, Sergeant Heller, maybe you ought to not do so many roids. If you did a few less roids, you wouldn't have had a heart attack. Yeah, he went up there and just died. So, brain aneurysm, you know, very tragic, very tragic. Oh, the Sifi. Yeah, they had to change that. I was there 3,000 years ago when the Sci-Fi Channel was actually relevant. I mean, eventually it was going to be irrelevant at some point anyway, what with, you know, movie and TV show preservation. I mean, you can watch any Star Trek episode you want at any time. You don't really need a TV channel for that. And their original content was never good even before they changed their name. That was one of the more depressing things, too. It's like, the first Sci-Fi Channel original movie I was excited for. Because it's like, well, it's the Sci-Fi Channel. They know sci-fi, right? Surely it'd be really good, and it wasn't. Yep, the History Channel was actually good. You know, the History Channel, that was a channel I loved so much. I mean, once again, it was going to become obsolete no matter what happened anyway because of YouTube historians and stuff like that. But, you know, turning into Pawn Stars and stuff like that, ugh, I can't stand that shit. I haven't watched a TV... I have not watched TV willingly since 2008, and I haven't missed it. I can tell you this, I have not missed that at all. It's commercials and shit. I know that commercials are becoming a thing for streaming now, which is why software and movie preservation and TV preservation is very important. Okay, so you can just shoot them. And usually they, you know, bury the mines underground, but that would make for a very boring game, wouldn't it? Or it'd make this segment really difficult. Yeah. I mean, I knew reality TV was gonna become more prevalent once Survivor became a ratings hit. And, you know, we can kind of blame... Love that explosion. We can kind of blame the Mythbusters for what happened to the Sci-Fi Channel, because nobody really cared about the Discovery Channel's, you know, science shit. Instead, it's like, oh man, Adam and Jamie are so awesome. Also, rip Grant Imahara. I mean, I liked Mythbusters, but that really is pretty much your pop sci kind of stuff. And once these people saw the dollar signs, they were gonna do it. Yeah, Mark Felton is pretty great. Ancient aliens. Oh man, I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's probably aliens. Now the guy who keeps the ancient aliens guy. Now is that like an actual guy? Like is that actually like a historian, or is he just an actor? Honestly, I assume most of these people are just actors because they can't actually believe a lot of this bullshit they're saying. And his hair just, oh yeah, you can change fire rates, but you don't really need to do that. His hair is so ridiculous. Somebody had to have picked that out. He could not have picked that out on his own. See, this is my kind of game. Chaotic, crazy. Actually, let's get that suppressor off there, because they know we're here. And I don't want to cause port pressure problems. Some mines that have triggers stick out of the ground. Oh yeah, the bouncing betties. Ouch. He's a real guy? See, I just would assume he was an actor. It's like, do I have to have my hair look this silly? Yes, it'll make you look like the alien guy. I mean, it'd be kind of interesting to see if there was, like, alien, meddling with humanity, but I think we, got here all on our own. I mean, we don't have FTL yet, so that sounds like something an alien would come up with. But, you know, when it comes to, like, alien plots, like, they're the ones who started the wars, it's like, sure, I believe you. There was a book I tried to read once called, like, the Proteus thing. I can't remember what it's called now. I know Proteus was in the title. And it was basically where time-traveling aliens from the future basically got Addy to be a leader in Germany. I'm like, really? I don't really buy that. It was an old book from like the 60s. But it's like, I'm sure. It's one of those things where like, oh yeah, the Nat Sox were totally a one. But back in the 60s, there was this belief that it was a close run thing. But when you actually look at the production numbers, it's like, yeah, not happening. I guess like if aliens gave them oil, that might have helped, but if they don't do that, they're screwed. They also could use like, you know, uranium. Ah, crap. I mean, that's perfect. It's like, they could give them uranium, exploded. But I guess if they gave the Natsox uranium, would that even matter? Would they even be able to use it for anything? I think the only time, like, the aliens meddling with time worked was that, Star Trek Enterprise Season 4 episode? Where, like, aliens from the future came back and... Oh, wait, no, that one made even less sense now that I think of it. They didn't do anything. Yeah, in that plot, ladies and gentlemen, what ended up happening is Lenin got assassinated, and somehow that meant that the Germans were able to, like, invade America somehow. I'm not really sure where they got the Navy to do that, or the steel to make the ships, but whatever. But whatever. It was a fun episode. People hated it. I liked it, because, well, you had the Enterprise shoot down Stukas, and that was pretty awesome. I'm getting shot to shit out here. It's one of the things I love about this game. The enemies can actually hit. Let's see here. I think we'll go to the bridge level after this. Come on, knock him off. Railing kill. So, one of the things I'm going to get to work on soon is a review of the Marvel Ultimate Universe. I like how our dude can, like, survive stepping on a landmine and all he needs is one health pack. But, yeah, the Marvel Ultimate Universe. That's back when Marvel actually cared about its series and reputation. And they don't really do that anymore, but they came out with, like, an Ultimate Universe where... they're gonna like reimagine some of the characters. It's not much of a reimagining. It sticks very close to what made a lot of the characters work. And the Ultimate Universe encompass like Spider-Man, X-Men, Avengers. MCU draws a lot of inspiration from really. I blame the chat, but the MCU draws a lot of inspiration from the Ultimate Universe. Although, sadly, not the Thor characterization, because Thor in the Ultimate Universe is really awesome. He's actually godlike. Heal. Heal me. Heal me, I'm heartsick. What is that RPG? I'm not heartsick for that thing. There he is. I got him, Clarence. Come on, get him! Blow him up! Damn it. If only I had an RPG. Or a hot blonde with a sniper rifle. Or both. Let's see, where is that guy? Hey, don't kill the general. He'll be stuck with, you know, a bunch of West Point graduates. And if any of you attended West Point, I'm just busting your balls. I'm sure West Point is a perfectly fine school. Although apparently it's woke as fuck now, though. As with everything else. But that could be the Naval Academy. I know there was one of those military academies where somebody had like a Che Guevara shirt on. Because, yeah, you want somebody going to the military that supports Che Guevara. You know, a horrible terrorist that killed a lot of innocent people and all the rest. And these guys are pretty bullet spongy, but I like it. It adds to the overall difficulty of the game. Okay, I missed all the good stuff. I did not pick up, like... I know there was a Magnum there, but I didn't bother getting it. Because I'm just lazy like that. I don't think I ever used the pistol at all in my first playthrough of this. Alright, now let's see... Save here. This is a pretty long level, actually. Look at the size of that. Remember, PlayStation 2. This looks really, really good. I mean, it's not just the guns that make this game good. You gotta love 300 Win Mag. Yeah, in the review I mentioned that the guns are kind of like big titties. You know, you don't want to miss the great personality because you're too busy staring at the big titties. Just saying. You know, like you find a big titty Ahsoka cosplayer, don't just stare at the big titties. Also ask her why she likes Ahsoka and convert her to the cult of Thrawn. Just saying. But cult of Thrawn aside, let's blast him. I'm trying to blow up. Oh, that's not a thing. That's just grenades. And yeah, people celebrate that guy all the time. Well, I mean, he's kind of an artist. He draws, you know, pictures with human blood. That's the thing. A lot of these people don't know who or what these so-called revolutionaries did or do. They think they're being edgy or trying. See, here's the thing. I'm willing to be kind of nice and say, like, some of these, you know, woke people are actually trying to a certain extent be nice or be helpful. But at the same time, a lot of these wokies use being woke as an excuse for being an asshole. It's like, you're a straight white male. It's like, what does that matter? I do genuinely believe that some of these people may believe what they're saying and may think that they're going to make the world a better place. But a lot of them just, you know, they want more power, and that's a way for them to get it. And I do think that some of those commies at one point had some pretension to help people, but once they tasted all that power and influence, well, as you know, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And it does that every time. Every time. It's like you basically give somebody power over everyone, and they're going to abuse it. It's the nature of the human experience. Yep. Let's see. Anything you to learn about? And yeah, you know, that's where I think people will either try to demonize people of history or try to turn them into something that they weren't. Humans are humans, you know. I'll admit that George Washington was a human, you know, even if he is somebody I admire a great deal. He wasn't perfect, and he probably was to a great degree an elitist asshole, but at the same time, he did do a lot of good things and made a lot of things possible. And I'm sure that history, if it cared about me... Oh, crap. He's got a tracksuit! He's unstoppable! Okay. There's another tracksuit. No, he's just got blue jeans. He's screwed. I am so hurt. He made fun of my shoes. Oh man, don't give me epilepsy. Okay, let's save. This was actually a pretty hard part when I first played this, because they really are everywhere. The tracksuits, they're everywhere. Must kill them all. Okay, let's try to get over here. Yeah, I vaguely remember getting the Magnum over here. Not that you really need the Magnum, because, well, G36 says hello. It's a good thing I have the shotgun so I can actually get to it, though. He's got the high ground. Now, I'm not really sure where the 7th wave got all this giant army, but, you know, I'm kind of glad they did. Because if it was like 3 guys, this would be a really short game. One thing I love about Halo is, oh yeah, Halo Season 2. I'm not watching it. I refuse. I suffered through the first season of that god-awful Halo TV show. I will not watch another one. But the real Halo, it's like Halo 1 in book form is exactly like the game. Chief did have to fight all of those enemies And like Halo, in that book at least, was really traumatizing for him because he basically got no sleep, barely had anything to eat the entire time, and pretty much almost died because of how rough Halo actually was. Okay, let's go ahead and use this just because. The hidden Magnum. That also has a Picatinny rail on it. I'm not really sure why there's 1913 rail machined into this revolver, but whatever. Now, you can get a revolver today, but I think like it's an aftermarket rail. Also, we're not using it, we're only using it single action instead of double action. Hey, our dude here, you know, he wants to hit what he's aiming at. Smith & Wesson today does make the SWAT revolver that does have a pick rail, but it doesn't look like... Don't look at it! Put it in there, asshole! Like, are all the bullets on there? They better be! There we go. Damn, must have been a hot load. Wall wasn't gonna even get a chance. Season 2 as well. It said Chief enters a holographic brothel? That's even worse than I thought. See, Master Chief could, if he wanted to, engage in certain activities, but that was something that was best left, you know, by the wayside. He wasn't supposed to really be concerned with that. And the idea of Chief having, you know, the robo-sex, no. Just no. Like, ugh. They really have made Halo for current year, haven't they? That's just disgusting. I thought like Cortana controlled his brain. Uh-oh, we got a tracksuit here. We got a tracksuit. Okay, I cannot. My God, that tracksuit, it's truly the greatest armor ever devised. Like, Chief, no, I'm not going to say that. We don't need to say the Chief needs to be in a tracksuit, because they'll do it. They'll put him in a fucking tracksuit. Here's the sad part about the Halo TV show. For many, that will be their first introduction to that series. And so they will expect the characters to act like they do in that series. And so now Halo has fully been corrupted. Just kind of like... See, I used to complain about the X-Men movies. Just not really getting the characters right. But they got them more correct than that. And I'm okay with, you know, Wolverine being a 6-foot Australian instead of a 5'2" Canadian. I can live with that. At least it's somewhat respectable. At least it's not, you know, Master Chief with mommy issues. You know, yeah, Rogue couldn't fly or had super strength, but you know what? At least she was... Well, at least... Yeah, the actress was kind of hot. That's about as good as I can say about that, because they ruined Rogue. And they also ruined Cyclops. Well, Cyclops wasn't even really in the movie, so... It didn't do too much damage to my boy. If the showrunners would have more respect for the source material, yep. Oh yeah, the Panzer Elite from Medal of Honor Airborne. I don't know, have I streamed Medal of Honor Airborne? If not, I might have to stream that. Because that is also a damn fine game, and that game legitimately is short. Like, this game is not short at all. This is a good length of gameplay, whereas Medal of Honor Airborne, I think it's like, what, 4 missions and then it's over? Removed from his brain and he misses her. Oh man, that's just sad. You cannot, this is not a PC game. Black was only for the Xbox original and PS2. So basically, if you want to play it on PC, what you'll need to do is download the PCSX2 emulator, and then you will need to get some software preservation for the ISO file. So, and I cannot link to where you can find that. You'll just have to find it on your own. But really, it's just a basic Google search, and you'll get it. stuck on the last leg of Airborne because, yeah, the Panzer Elite, born to compete, never retreat. That was a damn fine game. Back when EA actually cared. Sadly, EA just cares about lining its pockets and give you... When it comes to EA and modern gaming, I'm reminded of a quote from Rush Hour 2, where like the bad guy's talking has this casino where he's gonna use like counterfeit money, and so it's like, people pay me money and I give them nothing in return. And that's pretty much modern gaming in a nutshell. People pay ridiculous amounts of money and they get nothing in return. Yeah, this game does not like to be streamed. I'm only getting 40 frames per second here, whereas when I wasn't streaming, it was doing pretty good. I'm sure if I tweaked it a little bit, I could probably get a little better performance, but yeah, it's playable. It's playable enough. Battlefield Modern Combat. Ooh, I actually want to play Battlefield Actually, I think it's Battlefield Modern Warfare, believe it or not. I had that once, but I don't think it's emulatable. I'm gonna have to actually get a legit copy and run it on the 360, because I love that game. Hard to play because my Xbox was dying at the time, but it was a lot of fun. I also remember that when I got the game, I was on a high school field trip. Back when I was in the marching band, I had to march around with a tuba on my back. Believe me, that was not easy. Because not only did that thing weigh a ton, it's a good thing I actually did weights back then, but not only did that weigh a ton, but you also had to play music and play it well. And that was almost 20 years ago. Oh man, that's kind of crazy to think. This game's gonna be 20 years old in 2 years. So yeah, it's like that time, it do like to fly. Alright, so where are we trying to go? Save. Yeah, back when going to a mall was actually worth it. That's the sad part, like, stores are kind of pointless because Amazon, like, why would you go to a store when you could just order something and it will be there either the same day or a little later, and you don't have to deal with crowds, parking, traffic, parking. Now, I won't do, like, the grocery store thing, though. And there's another, modern concept that, I think Walmart wants to try this, and no. They basically want to have this service where you can have, where you can have people come into your house and drop off, like, crap, did I fall? The Trans-Alaska Pipeline System. No, where you can, like, have people come into your house and drop off food that you purchase. I'm like, really? You want people, strangers coming to your house? Are you that lazy you can't go to the fucking grocery store? I mean, what am I saying? Of course they're lazy, but whatever. Oh crap, I was reading the chat when... Eat rocket, you bastard! I missed him with the rocket. Of course I did. Is there anything a tracksuit can't do? My guy does not have... What did he get? Wank elbow or something? He cannot throw a grenade to save his life. But yeah, I'm not gonna let somebody, you know, come into my house to drop off stuff that I buy. That's just no. Just no. I guess those drone trucks and airborne drone drop-off things just didn't work out because people don't really want those things flying around. Also, we've got the P90. And yes, the P90 is this old. The P90 has been around a very long time. And really, it's only fairly recently that the 5.7 cartridge has really started to gain in popularity. This thing is remarkably accurate for an SMG in this game. Now, the real P90 does not hold 100 cartridges. And there's really no way for it to do that. What do we... Drop it off at your door. I actually wanted one of these myself, but the only problem is they're like, they used to be like $1,500, and they're cool, but the price per bullet is too expensive for my taste. About as expensive as I like to go is like 10 mil or 44 mag, and even then 44 mag is kind of hard to justify. But they definitely are cool guns. I will not knock them for that. Okay, I remember this being a little hard to figure out. Yeah, we gotta blow up some CNC machining. Just give it to me. I want to be able to make my own. Never mind. Yeah, when it comes to like doing all online shopping, I mean, it is very convenient, but letting people walk into your house is a bridge too far. Please don't let me get stuck on the wall. Is very much a bridge too far. I mean, like, I used to look at it, it's not entirely lazy to order, like, groceries online and have them, yeah, be dropped at your door, because, like, what if you can't leave? And there are circumstances where you can't leave, because, like, if you have, like, a sick family member, and you gotta watch them all the time, because that's something that I had to, worry about somewhat recently, then, you know, you have it shipped so you don't have to leave. And so that does, it has helped a little bit, but we don't want it to get too far. There's a couple militaries that have adopted the P90, but it's only on a very limited basis. Originally, what the P90 was supposed to be was like a PDW, a backup gun. Are we trying to get over here? No, we're not. Since I can't jump, I can't just jump over these things. There's like I know there's a little area where you can like get around, but I can't seem to find it. Yeah, these are basically backup guns for people who weren't supposed to. Oh, here we go. Wow, I'm an idiot. There we go. Backup guns for people who weren't supposed to have like a full-size rifle, but then come to find out, you know, they weren't that great. And so what ended up happening is, like, Spec Ops people, like SEALs, you know, Delta Force, they started using them because they were small and light. Plasma rifles in the 40-watt range. Small and light. It's the same way with, like, the MP7, which you can finally get a civilian legal version of now, thanks to Tommy Built. But they're also, you know, many thousands of dollars, so unless you really want one, yeah. And honestly, if I was going to get a PDW, I would just buy a Ruger PC carbine charger. Those poor CNC machines. What did they ever do to you? Come on, get that laptop. Alright, let's save. How much is 35 Remington? Probably a lot, because nobody shoots that much anymore. Fun. And yeah, it's like anything that's non-standard is going to be ridiculously expensive. It's like 35 Remington. I would bet it's anywhere from $20 to $30 a box. And I'm crazy enough to really want to buy a 3040 Krag rifle. A Krag Jorgensen. Because it's cool, but 3040 Krag is like $50 per box of 20. Because no one wants that anymore. Hell, even 30-06 M2 ball is expensive. Like, you want to get 30-06 M2 ball, which is different from regular 30-06. You're looking at stuff like you're looking at like $1.50 a round. Thank you, COVID. I mean, yes, thank you, COVID. Thank you, World Economic Forum. Yeah, MP5. Those aren't cheap, but they're getting a little cheaper now. There's supposed to be one that's coming out soon that's only supposed to be $1,000, which for an MP5 is cheap. If you want to get like a H&K MP5, you're talking $3,000 for a 9mm. carbine, and no, just no. I won't pay it. I will not pay it. I will not. You look at, and yeah, I want to be able to buy me a Ticonderoga class destroyer. But yeah, you know, when it comes down to it, these little pop guns that we can buy are not nearly as dangerous as people would lead you to believe. If these psychos that want to shoot innocent people actually were smart, they could set up fucking bombs and shit, which would be far more dangerous. It's just one of those things. It's where allows politicians to feel powerful. It's what they do. You take weak-willed individuals and give them power, and they're gonna do it. I'm getting shot to shit again. I fucking love this game though, because like, I may be getting shot to shit here, but I'm not just getting slaughtered every time I turn a corner. It's that perfect blend of fun and difficulty. Okay, what do I have here? I've got a rocket, and we might have to do something a little crazy, like blow him up like that. That stopped him. Okay, you know, we talk about 45 ACP, we talk about 9mm. Rocket has really good stopping power. So, here's the thing. For concealed carry RPG-7, I think that's not a bad idea. I mean, if you're worried about the bad guys getting up again, well, you know, that happened. Okay, we gotta... Thankfully, I'm not too far behind. Look, if you want to put down the bad guys in one hit, Rocket will do it. I mean, it took me a long time to realize, but, you know, 5.56 is great, 7.62x3.9 is great, but Rocket rocks it, man. Smack him. Smack him. Just elbow him in the face. 3040 Krag. A bad one on the PS2. You can dual wield P90. Holy crap. Yeah, we do not want to have high capacity pressure cookers, but really, you know, I think PSA needs to come out with the a rocket for self-defense. You know, I carry an RPG for self-defense. It puts him down first time, every time. Let's grab that, whatever that was. 7th wave / headstone. 2004? That was 20 years ago. I found an old clip of a gun magazine from way back in 2004 today that my grandfather must have clipped back then, because I remember seeing it as a kid, of a musk deer from Siberia. It's like a saber-toothed deer. It was awesome. And apparently it was hunted with what the writer called a... Wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm doing this wrong. 5.7 is great. Rocket is better. How about have a rocket, sir? Whoa! You know what, dude? Have a rocket. I think that guy wants a rocket, too. Did I miss him with the rocket? Yeah, well, see, that's one of those problems. It's like, we need like a magazine-fed rocket launcher. Just to be sure. And we'll use a rocket. And let's use a rocket over here. Now, like, when you're actually playing this game, like, the first time, you're not going to have infinite ammo. I've got the... Since I beat the game, I've got infinite ammo. I didn't even know you got that, so... Halo 2's gonna be 20. Yep, Far Cry's gonna be 20. Well, you know, like, local hunting laws don't let you actually use rockets. Although, actually, I probably do need to actually use a rifle here. Although, funny enough, the Doom 3 rocket launcher was kind of weak in comparison to other rocket launchers. What's kind of funny, though, is in Doom 3, the rocket launcher was supposed to be used for debris clearance. I want that job. I want to be the rocket man. Probably be, although it'd probably get kind of boring and horribly backbreaking, though. Like, you blow it up with the rocket launcher, and then for the next 2 hours, you gotta just move crap. So, you know, construction is one of those things that it sounds cool when you say it fast, but then, yeah. Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a much longer mission than I thought it would be. I want to play a little bit of my favorite mission in the entire game, which is the bridge one. No, I don't want to save the profile. Yeah, you shoot something with a rocket, then you just gotta sit for the next 2 hours. There we go. Alright, the Gransney Bridge. Okay, we're gonna skip that and just show this awesome bridge level. Now this is pretty impressive for 2006 on the PlayStation 2.
To the other side of that bridge. Prepare to advance. Drop everything that moves.
Okay, so this AR is mostly accurate, except. So you shoot that, you pop in a new mag, for some reason he looks at it, and then for some reason, and I don't know why, that ejection port cover closes when he chambers around. It should be popped open. It should stay open. So yeah, we got the AR. Now, the AR does not have a 100-round magazine. Now, with that in mind, though, the Desert Tech Quattro is a 60-round mag that you can get, and you can even get a specialized lower for that as well. That's supposed to really, it's supposed to actually work instead of not, or be kind of spotty. So that's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. I think I'm just gonna stick with my 30s because 30s worky. The chainsaws, yeah. God, Doom 3 was good. I'd love it. I'd like to stream that again, but I already streamed the whole game and Resurrection of Evil. I think Doom 3 is probably going to be my favorite game of the early 2000s. Or maybe not the favorite game, but definitely the favorite shooter of the early 2000s. Oh, when I finally make that video, I'm going to get flamed. It's like, why didn't you say Half-Life 2? It's because I don't like Half-Life 2. So let's get back down here and see if we can't sneak around here. Okay, and we cannot. I thought we could. Ah, here we go. Alright, now we're not going to complete the whole mission because it's a long-ass mission, but we're at least going to get across the bridge. Yeah, Doom 3 is really bloody good. A Halo weapons mod for Doom 3. I like the sound of that. Yeah, Doom 3 still has an active modding community. It's not quite as vigorous as the original Doom, but I mean, we still got a lot of good stuff. I needed to review Perfected Doom like 10 years ago, which I never did because shit kept coming up. There's too many games, too little time. And then you get a game like this that has to be reviewed. But just look at how awesome this bridge is, though. Alright, let's try to get that machine gunner. Aim for that massive muzzle flash. Yeah, the muzzle flashes in this game are a little ridiculous. It's like you got a little handheld flamethrower almost. Yeah, the saw is not quite that bad. Oh yeah, we got this weird grenade launcher, which also has 1913 rail all over it. That's not bad, but I just wasn't really that big a fan of it. Okay, where is that saw? I want a saw that doesn't cost as much as a car. And yes, you can buy them, but they do cost as much as a car. There's around here somewhere. Oh well. There's also a Hexen mod that never got finished. Here it is. M249 saw. Look at this. Look at that muzzle flash, though. That is ridiculous. Why you need a flash hider, people? Dude, you might not want to stand out in the open like that. You're not the. He's got the main character syndrome. Okay, there he is. I see him. No, don't check a grenade there. I meant to do that. Yeah, you can even get a belt-fed thing for an AR. I'm not really sure why you'd want to get that, but it's kind of a neat concept. I mean, you don't want to burn up the barrel. Also at this year's SHOT Show, the AR HMG is something that PSA is bringing to market, where it's a heavy barrel AR that's supposed to be like a heavy machine gun. It's obviously not full auto, but it's kind of a cool concept that you can get one of those. And I'm sure people that have more money than sense, who have an auto sear, can have a lot of fun with that. To put it in perspective, an auto sear can bring, I think, like 3 or 4 figures. Like, they are worth a lot. Thank you, Hughes Amendment. Okay, this was very stupid. What am I doing here, people? What am I even doing here? Oh man, we're all the way back here. Okay, we're gonna call it here because I've been going for almost 2 hours and my hands hurt. So that's Black, ladies and gentlemen. A great little first-person shooter from 2006. I got a review coming up on this particular game. But until then, I'm General Lotz, and I'm going to wish you good. Time Splitters 2, Time Splitters Future Perfect, or whatever makes you happy.